as a technical analyst, all right, if you're analyzing the market technically, what you can anticipate is that, oh, price has reversed in the past. It's a very high chance that if it comes back there again, there may be a response, all right? And definitely that was what happened. Price came back there again, and what happened? There was a response, and price pushed to the upside. So on in red folder, you can see high impact expected. That means it gives once those news are released, it actually all right, so once those news are released, it actually gives volatility. That means the market, it affects the market in a high manner. All right, it affects. Hey guys, welcome back to live trade videos. All right, so today we'll be speaking about something very important. If you're a newbie, if you're new to trading, or you're new to the global financial market, or you're an intermediate trader, or you're an experienced trader, it's something we all need to know. This is what right, so this is what gives you an idea of the a direction of the market. All right, so as a trader, you need to make trading decisions. You need to be able to buy or sell, and this is what would give you that perspective or that idea of when to buy or when to sell, and that is actually analysis. All right, I'll take that again. That is actually analysis. All right, so if you're here or if you're listening and you're yet to click on the like button or the subscribe button, please do that right now before we go straight into the video. All right, click on the like button and click on the subscribe button also, and also do well to share the video with your friends. All right, so let's go straight into the video. All right, so the first thing you need to know, or the first analysis that we have, is the technical analysis. Right, is a technical analysis. And one thing technical analysis do is that it gives you an idea. It makes use, or you make use of historical price movements. That is what price has done in the past, all right, to make predictive analysis, or to predict or have an expectation of what price will do in the future. All right, that's what technical analysis do. All right, so you're making use of, you're trying to check the history, what price has done. Is there a particular pattern that has formed in the past? Is there a particular way price responded or reacted to a particular level when it got there previously in the past? Those are the things you check out. Then you can make a predictive analysis. You can have an expectation of what price will do in the future. All right, so let's look at a brief example. All right, so this is a chart of Euro USD. All right, this is a chart of Euro USD. You can see it at the top left corner here. Euro USD 1 hour time frame. All right, 1 hour time frame. So as a trader, you must know that you have different kind of time frames. You have the 1 hour time frame. That means each of those red and green candle bars that you see actually forms in 1 hour. All right, so these are candlesticks. All right, so you can check our videos. One of our past videos to watch more about candlesticks. All right, so for the sake of this video, which is just analysis, this is just a candle bars and their representation of price. All right, their representation of price movement in the market. Let me just show that. So if you check here, you see like a pop-up. All right, you see like a brief, yeah, you can see a pop-up of the different part of the price. That is the time the price or the candle opened, the time it started, the opening price, the highest point it got to, the lowest point it got to, the close, and also the volume. All right, the volume of the candle. Right. So now these are different part of a candle. So like I said, this is a 1 hour chart of Euro USD. All right, Euro USD. Now if we take note, let's delete this. All right, so if you look at Euro USD, okay, Euro USD 1 hour time frame. Now you can see previously, let's say for example, you come to the chart and you see price around this level at this price. All right, so this is also a crosshair. What I just picked now is a crosshair, and just gives you more like, it helps you to see the if you check below here, you see the dates and the time of the candle. All right, date and time of these candles here. All right, you see the date and the time, and also the price, which is at the right hand side. All right. So if you see price, maybe you come to your chart and you see Euro USD at this point, that you see Euro USD has reversed from here previously in the past. All right. You see your when you come to the chart, you see price at around 1.08629, which is at the right here. 1.08629, and you see that it's reversed from here. You can see it has been selling previously and it reversed from here and pushed up. So as a technical analyst, all right, if you're analyzing the market technically, what you can anticipate is that, oh, price has reversed in the past. It's a very high chance that if it comes back there again, there may be a response. All right, and definitely that was what happened. Price came back there again, and what happened? There was a response, and price pushed to the upside. So we can see that there was even some things like wicks. All right, wicks just means rejection in price. All right, price. That means the seller's price or price sold into this level, and at this point it couldn't go any lower. So these weeks are more like rejections. All right. The buyers were actually rejecting or they were rejecting the price from pushing lower. All right. That was why we had a massive move to the upside. All right, because this was more like a level that people are willing to buy because that's pushed up previously in the past. All right, so let's look at a sell opportunity. All right, so the same way, this is still on Euro USD. You can see that price got to around, let's pick our, sorry about that, let's pick our crosshair again. All right, so we can see that somewhere around, all right, so you can see somewhere around 1.09609. No, like I said, the right 1.096, let's say 663. All right, 1.0963. All right, so it's not actually a line, but more like a zone, like a sell area, an area that price will be looking to respect, or an area that price will be looking to reverse from. All right, so you can see price has been pushing up. All right, price has been buying. All right, and it got to this particular level, and there was an instant response at price 1.0961. All right, let's say you came to the chart and you saw price somewhere around here. You saw that price has reversed from here previously in the past. What you can do is to anticipate that, okay, if price should come there again, there'll be a response, and definitely price pushed back up there again. As a technical analyst, you can anticipate price to push up to that level again and respect that level, which means to sell. You can see that there's also a weak rejection, like when we saw like what we saw during the buy scenario. It's also a sell scenario, and there's also a weak rejection, which shows that there are sellers here that are willing to reject price or reject high prices. All right, and price sold all the way to the downside. All right, so this is how what a technical analyst look out for. Right, areas on the chart that there have been a pattern, maybe weak rejections, reversals. So you can use that to predict that, okay, if price comes back here again, there's a very high chance that there would be a reversal, or price will respect or use that area again to sell off. All right, so let's look at another instrument or another currency pair, which is AUD USD. All right, so this AUD USD 1 hour time frame. All right, 1 hour time frame, you can see it here, AUD USD 1 hour time frame. So let's check the chart again. All right, so let's check it again. So you can see this particular level here. Let's pick our crosshair. You can see that this particular level here at price 0.6632. All right, you can see that price actually sold massively from that level. So let's say you came to the chart and you saw price somewhere around, let's say you saw price somewhere around here. All right, you saw price somewhere around here, and you saw that at this point there was a massive sell to the downside. You should actually take those levels into consideration. All right, as a technical analyst, you can just probably draw a line, all right, which could act as a resistance. So a resistance is like a level in the chart that price pushes up into or buys into and finds difficulty in breaking or keep going higher and reverses. All right, so let's say price has been buying from here. It got to this point, one, two, three times. It's tried three good times to keep going higher but failed. And what happened? It reversed to the downside. So that's what a resistance does. It resists price from keep going and from continuous higher movement, okay, continuous higher movement. All right, and you can, once you see a complete reversal, you can wait for price to come back there again as a technical analyst and see what happened. Price pushed all the way to this point again. What happened? A massive sell to the downside. All right, a massive sell to the downside. All right, can we see that? All right, so that is how you look at the chart from the technical point of view. All right, so there'll be much more videos on how to analyze the market technically with um some other things, or some other indicators, or some other tools, yeah, technical tools. So like I said, this is like a resist price above. The one below is a support. All right, this is an example of a support here. So like I said, it's not a line but a zone, so you can just make it more like an area on the chart. So this is also more like a support. So a support is usually below price or below the current market price. All right. So this is the current market price here at 0.6566. This is the current price AUD USD is trading on. See it here. All right, 0.6566. All right. And when you see, when there's a level below price, that is like a support. And if there's a level above price, that is, that will be a resistance. All right. So this is a support below and this is a resistance above. All right, so these are more like tools you use as a trader, like trading tools you would need as a trader for your technical analysis, support and resistance. So you just watch out. We're going to have more videos on technical analysis to show you more tools that you can make use of. All right, so that is the first kind of analysis that you have, or you can use that, or that the first kind of analysis you need to know as a trader. So the next one is fundamental analysis. All right, fundamental analysis. And fundamental analysis has to do with economical events. We are dealing with currency pairs, we are dealing with currency, and the strength of a particular economy is their currency. All right, so anything that is going on in that particular economy will definitely have an effect on the currency. All right, on the currency. So economical events happens, those are like fundamentals. Economical events, politics, maybe there's a war going on in that particular economy. For example, Ukraine and the Hamas war. All right, those things actually move price. All right, actually move price. So I'm going to show us some fundamentals, some economic events. I know that economic events that are released every single week, and those data are available. All right, you can check some of those data on places like Forex Factory. Let's go there together. So let's check our Forex Factory. So this is Forex Factory. So you can just go to your Chrome and type forexfactory.com, www.forexfactory.com. All right, so now this is a Forex Factory. It gives you the data for news events that will be released in a week. All right, in a full week. All right, so we can see that this is from Sunday. All right, you can see that most times on Sundays there were bank holidays. You can see because on Sunday, definitely the market is still closed. So the market opened by 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. GMT plus one. So if you're in a different time zone, you can just calculate your GMT, or your time zone, in relation to what I just made mention of. So the time zone I am in is GMT plus one. All right, so which means the market opens 10 p.m. 10 p.m. in the night, all right, on a Sunday, 10 p.m. on Sunday, all right. So on Sunday, you can see that the bank holidays in New Zealand zone, the Australian zone, all right. Even on Monday, which is the Easter period, that was why there were bank holidays, yeah, during the Easter, which is a public holiday, all right. So there were bank holidays in all of the banks actually, but by 3 p.m. On Monday, there was a news from the US, from the United States. All right, from the United States, which is ISM Manufacturing PMI. But now, before I go further, all right, we may be wondering what are these colors? All right, what are these colors? All right, the ones that we can see white, actually see, you can see the pop up non-economic. What that means is that it doesn't have any effect. That means the effect on the market is like it doesn't have any effect on the market. All right, you can see the one on in red folder, you can see high impact expected. That means once those news are released, it actually, all right, once those news are released, it actually gives volatility. That means the market, it affects the market in a high manner. All right, it affects price highly. All right, the ones in orange actually means medium impact expected. That means it doesn't give that high impact on the market, but also there's also an impact. All right, there's also an impact. So this ISA manufacturing PMI. All right, if you want to check more details about the fundamental, you can just open the red folder, this folder here. You will see more details. So you can see is Source Institute of Supply Management. All right, what does the news measure? It measures levels of a diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers in the United States manufacturing industry, right? And why does trader cares, or why do trader care? All right, it's a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market condition, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight. So you can just read through to know more, have more insight about that particular fundamental. And you see, above 50 indicates industry expansion, and below indicates contraction. All right, so above 15 indicates. So if you check here, this is the history of the previous release. All right, so it has been below 50 for a very long period of time, which means that the United Zone, based on their manufacturing PMI, has been in a contraction. All right, have been in contraction. So recently it went above 50. So let's quickly check that together on the chart. So this is Monday 3 p.m. Let's look at that on the chart. Let's see the effect it had on the market. All right, let's see the effect it had on the market. All right, so this is remember the news was from the United States. All right, so let's check Euro USD together on Monday. All right, let's bring out our crosshair. So Monday was on the first. So let's bring out our crosshair together. First on Monday. All right. So first of April. This first of oh beautiful. All right, 1st of April. Now see the time. MT4 is GMT plus 2. I guess so. Yeah, GMT plus 2. So MT4 is usually 1 hour ahead of my time zone. All right, so if it's 3 p.m. in my time, MT4 it will be 4. All right, so you can see this particular candlestick. You can see the massive move from, because the news came out positive. Let's check that again together on the chart on Forex Factory. You can see the news came out green. So when it comes out green, it actually means that it's a positive sentiment. I mean, the news came out positive. So now let me explain this. Normally, before a news is released, there's actually the previous. You can see that's the previous data. There's also actually a forecast. That means the forecast is just like you're forecasting the weather. Yeah, before maybe the actual weather comes. All right, so there's usually a forecast, and then when the news is released by that time, then there's the actual. So when the actual was released, it came out green because the actual was greater than the forecast. Right, so the forecast came out at 48.5, but the actual came out higher, which is 50. I remember from what we saw, when we see 50, no 50, above 50 indicates industry expansion, and the data came out 50.3, which actually means was good for the dollar. All right, it was good for the dollar, and because we are trading Euro USD, we can see the dollar is the quote currency, which means that if the news is good for the dollar, we should see bearishness, or we should see the market sell, Euro USD sell. And that was what exactly happened. All right, you can see, let's check it on the lower time frame, on the 30-minute time frame. All right, so let's look for the day, which is on the first. Crosshair. So yeah, on 30 minutes, see the move. Immediately the news was released, the market moved massively to the downside. Let's check AUD USD also. Right, this is the 1 hour time frame. AUD USD on the first. All right, beautiful. See the same thing. There was even more like a gap. A gap occurs when there is a news event. All right, happens most times when there's a news event. All right, so most times, so you can see the gap from the opening price down to this level below, before price actually reversed. All right, so that is actually the power of fundamental. So as a trader, when you come to the chart, you need to find out if there's any news event or there's a fundamental that will be released in regards to the instrument you are trading. All right, so that is actually fundamental analysis. All right, that's actually fundamental analysis. All right, like I said, you should also keep up and check back. We'll be having more videos explaining further on fundamental analysis. All right, so let's look at one more example, and let's look for one more example, which is you can see today, which is Wednesday, there was a news event from the US zone also. All right, let's look at the ISM services PMI, which came out at 3 p.m. too. ISM services PMI. So let's look at what that means. All right, so it's above 50 also indicates industry expansion, below indicates contraction. All right, so actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So if the actual comes out greater than the forecast is, so that what that means is the forecast comes out, if the actual comes out lesser than the forecast, it's not good or it's bad for the currency. All right, it's not good or it's bad for the currency. Okay, so we can see that it has been above 50, which shows that the economy is good, but still, if it comes out negative, which is lower than the forecast, then we would expect weakness in the dollar. So let's look at the chart today. This happened by 3 p.m. today. So 3 p.m. USD. So let's check the chart together again. All right, so we can see, let's bring our crosshair. All right, so you can see by 3 p.m. Remember I said 4, which is 4. By 3 p.m. you can see that there was also a gap in the market. It just came out negative. All right, it came out negative. That means it came out lower than the forecast, lower than expected. And we can see the massive move in the market. All right, you can see the massive move in the market. So these are ways to actually anticipate fundamentals. All right, and the last analysis that we have is actually sentimental analysis. Let me just, before I go further into sentimental analysis, there are other ways that you can check for news events. First factory is one. You can also check investing.com. You can type investing.com on your Chrome or on your Safari. All right, investing.com. All right, let's wait for it to load. Okay, now you can, so once you come to your investing.com, just come to economic calendar, this area here, economic calendar. All right, beautiful. So you will get all the economic news for the week of or the day, depending on your settings. All right. So like I said, in investing.com, when you see 2 star, that means moderate. You can see moderate volatility expected. When you see 1 star, you see something like low volatility expected. Yeah, low volatility expected. When you see 3 star, high volatility expected. All right, high volatility expected. So remember what I said, actual forecast previous. So there's the previous, the forecast. So if the actual is greater than the forecast, then we'll see that means it's good for the currency. But if the actual is lesser than the forecast, is bad for the currency. All right, it's bad for that particular currency. All right, so let's return back to the chart. So like I said, the last thing we need to know is sentimental analysis. And what does sentiment mean? Sentiment just means feelings. Yeah, it feels. So, for example, if you're trading and maybe some traders believe that the price of a particular instrument is too high, yeah, they may begin to sell. And that is some sentiment of just based on feelings. Yeah, so if you have the people that move the market, probably market makers, the banks, if their sentiment, maybe an instrument is too high and they have a sentiment to actually sell, trust me, the market is going to drop. All right, yeah, because they have the funds to trade or to move the market. They have the capacity, they have the capitalization to move the market. All right, so that is actually sentimental analysis. But the two major kind of analyses are technical and fundamental. So you can also add your sentimental analysis, all right, to make up or to help you make proper and healthy trade decisions, helping you to know where to sell or where to buy in the market. All right. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please also do well to like, smash the subscribe button so you also always get notified anytime we post a new video. All right, thank you everyone, and have a good trading experience. Bye for now.